From a dazzling figure who captivated the heart of a king, to an accused traitor vilified and executed by that same man she loved. This is the tragic story of Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn was born in 1501 to an ambitious noble family. As a young woman, she was sent to France to be educated in the court of Queen Claude. It was here that Anne was exposed to the intellectual spirit of the Renaissance and also possibly had affairs that would shape her notorious reputation. In 1522, Anne returned to England, newly transformed into a confident, intelligent woman who soon caught the roving eye of King Henry VIII. Though not a classic beauty, Anne's dark looks, wit and sophistication utterly captivated the aging king. Frustrated by his wife Catherine of Aragon's failure to produce a male heir, for years, Henry VIII relentlessly pursued Anne, showering her with gifts and attention as she teased and tantalized him. She stubbornly refused to become his mistress, cleverly using her virtue to make Henry join her in questioning the validity of his marriage to Catherine. By 1527, Henry was so obsessed that he defied the Pope and the Catholic Church, paving the way for the English Reformation, in his quest to annul his marriage and make Anne his new queen. After a protracted legal battle, he finally broke from Rome in 1533 and secretly married his enchantress. Anne's coronation as Queen of England in 1533 initially sparked celebration, but it was jarringly short-lived. Just 3 years later, without bearing Henry, the coveted son, to continue the Tudor dynasty, she had fallen into disgrace amid malicious rumors of affairs and plotting against the king. In a shocking fall from grace in 1536, the same man who had once been so bewitched by Anne turned on her with hysterical claims of adultery, incest and treason. In an appalling sham of a trial based on little credible evidence, the queen was found guilty and condemned to be executed. On May 19, 1536, the unbound 35-year-old Anne Boleyn was brought to the scaffold at the Tower of London. In one of the most horrific injustices, she was brutally beheaded by a skilled French swordsman brought in to deal the final blow. Her tragic end paved the way for Henry's ill-fated marriage to the unfortunate Jane Seymour. While histories have long vilified Anne as a schemer who grew vengeful upon being cast aside, many modern scholars see her as an intelligent woman, simply guilty of failing to produce a male heir. Her final year as queen was plagued by miscarriages, making Henry increasingly unstable and paranoid. Anne has emerged as a feminist icon, one of the earliest women to have a voice at the English court and wield power over her husband. Though her life was cruelly cut short, her legacy lives on as a catalyst who helped trigger the Protestant Reformation and redefine the line of succession, enabling her daughter Elizabeth I to become one of England's greatest monarchs. The story of Anne Boleyn is one of profound historical tragedy. She was a precocious, bold woman defiantly ahead of her time, whose ambition and unconventionality ultimately sealed a horrific fate she never could have imagined. Love lifted her up only for it to bring her crashing down in one of history's most brutal falls from grace. From dazzling queen to accused traitor beheaded by her increasingly unhinged husband king, hers is an unparalleled drama that still shocks and resonates almost 500 years later. Anne Boleyn shook the patriarchy with passion and withstood vilification in her final days with astounding dignity. While her reign was catastrophically brief, she remains an indelible, controversial figure whose name echoes through the ages whenever we speak of injustice, courage against the odds, and feminism's earliest and most faithful struggles against the archaic order. Her story continues to be told in countless books, movies, and television series, highlighting her enduring legacy. She is remembered not just as a tragic figure, but as a woman who played a pivotal role in the tumultuous history of England. Her influence on religious reform and her role in the court of Henry VIII have made her a subject of fascination for historians and scholars alike. Anne's life and death serve as a potent reminder of the perils of ambition, the capricious nature of power, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Her daughter Elizabeth I would go on to rule England for 45 years, ushering in a golden age of English history. Anne's legacy is thus intertwined with that of her remarkable daughter, ensuring that her impact on history extends far beyond her own lifetime. The tragic story of Anne Boleyn reminds us of the complexities of history and the often harsh realities faced by those who dared to challenge the status quo. Her life and legacy continue to inspire and provoke thought, making her one of the most compelling figures in English history. Through her, we see the brutal consequences of political and personal ambition, but also the remarkable resilience of a woman who, despite her tragic end, left an indelible mark on the world. Her story is a testament to the enduring power of courage, conviction, and the human spirit. Anne Boleyn's life was a whirlwind of love, power, betrayal, and tragedy, but it was also a life of profound impact and lasting significance. As we reflect on her story, we are reminded of the enduring struggle for justice, equality, and the rights of women throughout history.